Hi you guys, George here. So I thought I would do a video today, and actually I'm excited about this video today. I'm actually going to unveil the color scheme of this 2003 Indian Chief that is being built from the frame up. And I've tried to take you guys along through the different phases of actually starting with the frame up to where we are now, and I'm getting close to putting the sheet metal on. So I thought I would unveil that color today, the color scheme that I have. But before we get over there to that part of my shop where my sheet metal is hanging out, I wanted to show you that just to catch up with the primary work we were doing, that this primary is all covered up with its primary covers. As you can see, the inspection cover is down there on the ground. But the derby cover's mounted. There is oil in it. It's staying nice and dry for me. So I thought I would show off this primary being completed and done. I still have to get my dual exhausts put back on the back of both sides. And this bike will be up and ready to go. And I thought I would bring you around to the one we're building together here on YouTube and show you this primary, which also is completed inside. The last two videos have been about primary work and its components, but I wanted to show off this powder-coated primary that's in this 2003, which is the one that we're building. Wanted to give you an idea what it would look like. As I look at the color in the screen of my recorder here, it actually looks, it's a bit, I think it's just a bit darker than maybe it's showing up. But as it may be, there you have it. There's the primary on the new 2003, which is all brand new components as we talked about. So because I'm not good at editing, you have to be patient with me as I make my way through the shop over to where I can show you guys the color scheme that we're doing. It's a pretty cold February day here in New England, and I have a fireplace in my shop going, taking the chill off. It's a tough working atmosphere here, what with the fireplace and music on, and a quick view of the rest of my workshop, you guys, which I am a cabinet maker, timber framer, woodworker in general. Anyway, ta-da, here we go. Here it is, you guys. Here is the color, the two-tone color that I chose to paint this 2003, done by my painter in Rhode Island. So the Chief head is a little bit bigger than stock. As you can see, it's a big husky Chief head that's on there. That's not a decal, that's airbrushed. It's this wonderful, wonderful green color, which is going very well with this cream. I think I had two dashboards done. I had one done in cream with some red feathers draping down on it, as you can see. And if we come over this side here, you can see I had one done in this green color also. Not sure whether I'll use the green or cream dash. We'll have to decide that when we get a little bit closer. But here's another look. Now this gold is a gold leaf. So just in a very moderate light, it looks very rich and dark and very vintage, very old school. However, when the sunshine hits that gold leaf, it brings it to life. So there's the front fender. These are the fairings, or the battery covers, if you will. We might call them that too. And then here's the rear fender. I hope the glare isn't taking away from the deep, rich cream color that this is, or this wonderful deep green. I had it airbrushed with that really deep Indian blood red, as they call it. So it says Indian motorcycle, established 1901. I'm not sure if the glare is allowing that to come out as clear as it is. And I had my painter put on the back fender what all my bikes have. So I have this old school silhouette of a vintage Chief made in Springfield with a spring seat, which is the silhouette inside that. And of course the Indian script spelled out and established 1901. Again with the same color green and that deep red. So I'd be interested to see what you guys think. I know that we get quite a few views and not always a lot of comments. So if it would please you guys, leave some comments on how you like this color. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the only one on the road anywhere that's going to be this color scheme. And I cannot take credit for it. I will show you whose work I am patterning this after, sort of a tribute to a restored 1936 Chief where they used this same color scheme. So instead of putting that chrome molding back on, I hope it's showing up that there's a gold leaf pinstripe where that chrome molding might go. And then the pinstripe is also the deep green on the other side of the gold pinstriping. I'm not sure if that's quite showing up in this light. But I am very, very, very excited to get the sheet metal on. It's actually one of the best parts of doing this, is finally getting to put the sheet metal on. Loving these red feathers with highlights of gold and white and brown laced within. Let's take a look at the green one. You know, I mocked up the tanks on the bike a while back, and it really is hard to decide whether I should use this green dash or the one that's a cream color. But there you have it. So in the videos that follow, you'll probably be seeing the sheet metal go on one piece at a time. We'll give you guys a description of what that was all about. However, I'd like to show you the magazine article and the actual Chief that I covered, that I copied. Here it is, right here. So they're calling it Mohawk Green and Seminole Cream, which I love because there's two Indian names. So this is the bike that I patterned it after, you guys. So my Gilroy 2003 used this color scheme of this restored four-cylinder Indian 1933. I will have tan leather on my bike. All my bikes have tan leather. Tan seats, tan mud flaps, tan tool trunk on the back fender with a vintage style luggage rack on the back. Anyway, short and sweet today, you guys. Hope you approve. And look forward to getting the sheet metal on. I probably will put the front fender on this afternoon. And before we go, okay, I'm walking too fast and that's blurring. I'm going to go back into the other part of my shop where I'm doing the builds. And I want to show you how I mock up the front fender. So I practice. This front fender that's on obviously isn't the one that's going to remain on the bike. But what you need to do is practice with a spare fender. You need to practice putting it on and off so you're not scratching up your beautiful, new, fresh paint job on the fender that you just have had repainted. And so you can see I have a couple of chamois rags with the blue painter's masking tape, which will rip off easily. I also used half of a tie-down, a ratcheting tie-down strap, which I have hooked on the front fender, and then I have it tied to the front end up here. So it's pretty simple. From right where I'm standing, from this angle here, you pinch the fender together. You make it smaller at the bottom, and you sort of lace it through. And I figured out the right height of the wood. So I lace it through the two forks, letting the towels be a soft guide so you're not scratching anything. Go very slow. Pinch the fender together, and I drop it down onto the wood, which allows it to be at the right height. And then as I mentioned, I put this half of a ratcheting strap here on the front, which on the fender I'll put all blue masking tape here so that there's no hook that's contacting the fender. So you lace it through the forks, letting the towels be your soft guide. It really drops in perfectly. And then it lands on the wood in the back, and then I hook up this, this strap on the front, and it's sitting there perfect, waiting for the hardware to go in. There's a piece of hardware there, 5/16 here, Allen socket heads they are. And you do this, obviously, without the wheel and the all the brake stuff on. You just do the fender and the forks. The wheel comes next, which you'll see in one of the future videos. Anyway, there you have it, and I'm going to sign off again for today. You guys have a great day.